everything. I'm gonna target that. Cool. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take anything I can find. But I am a chanter, and I found out what I picked. The Shroud is the best out of all of them. I basically did everything right. One way. Oh. Yeah. But Rennie Darrett's ghost. Is that another chant? Click items. Confirm. Can't do it. I am sleeping. Weapon slot. What's that? Pole axe. I like my pole axe. Chant. So what's my... Oh, person. See, this is a good one. You have to
sure.
Cool. How do I check this? Slow mo? No. That's great. Take. What is this? Some copper. Oh, money.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look. I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right? Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night. It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. In fact, our companions are quick to remind me of. Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Well, that's good. Well, good for you. It does sound like you...
With Pillars of Eternity, we strive with every level to both evoke the essence of the beloved Infinity Engine games, as well as introduce something new and engaging for players to experience in the world of Aora. Caravan Encampment was no exception to this goal. As the introduction area and the first impression of Aora has to offer, it really needed to speak to the player from the get-go. Keeping in mind this principle, we needed to begin the game with an image that instilled simultaneously the feeling of adventure players may be familiar with from a Dungeons & Dragons setting, while introducing them to our own unique world. The idea of a caravan huddled around a flickering campfire both seemed familiar and befitting as the humble beginnings to a grand adventure. By setting the scene before a large ancient ruin with peculiar stone-like objects growing from the ground, we felt this would introduce them to some of the key landmarks of the Deerwood. Another principle in our design was non-linearity. Pillars of Eternity is a game about choice and consequence. We didn't want our introduction to feel like an entirely guided experience, so we opted to keep the flow of the level pretty open to exploration. Once the player has finished speaking with Odema, they are free to wander around the immediate area and examine their surroundings, even find clues that foreshadow their inevitable ambush, a situation that very quickly teaches the player the concept of consequence in our world.
Well, thank you, developer, for your... I'm her now. There's a pause mode. Oh. Shit, that's me. Fighter. Crafting. Yeah, inventory. Yeah. What you got? Word. Lockpick. Move the stash. Move the stash. Take your shit.
Easy does it.
There's a stealth. Out. Map. Camp. Have no camping supplies. Journal. Magical effects. Stronghold. I do not own the stronghold yet, you're right. Options. Save, might as well. Formation. Yeah, why not? Inventory. Attack. Attack you! No, I'm just kidding. Pretty bad. don't have a so. Because I took her lockpick. Like, that might be important.
Right, say, is there anything you need? I'm a trader, originally from the Adi. Something else you need? It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big, because it seemed friendly.
Yeah, I got my axe. I'm good on that shit. I don't even have that much money, do I? I have 110. Because I found 10. You're showing weapons. Full axe. Oh, he has the lockpicks. I don't think I need any lockpicks. I'm not sure what kind of armor I have already.
Sure.
With Pillars of Eternity, we strive with every
Already
level to
did
both
that,
evoke
developer.
the essence of the beloved Infinity Engine games, as well as introduce something new and engaging for players to experience in the world of Aora. The Caravan Encampment was no exception to this goal. As the introduction area and the first impression of Aora has to offer, it really needed to speak to the player from the get-go. Keeping in mind this principle, we needed to begin the game with an image that instilled simultaneously the feeling of adventure players may be familiar with from a Dungeons & Dragons setting, while introducing them to our own unique, huddled around a flickering campfire
I'll
will
have
seem
your water
familiar
soon
and
enough.
befitting as the humble
Stream's not
beginnings
going
to a
anywhere.
grand adventure. And examine their surroundings, even find clues that foreshadow their inevitable ambush, a situation that
Yeah?
table.
This is it.
Okay, let's join him.